How's it out there, Averis here, and I'm playing Ash of Gods. Redemption. Let's see how it goes. Ooh, classic mode and story mode. Recommend for all players. The ultimate game experience challenges, suffering, and all hardships. Story mode, the auto battle system, powerful characters, and additional moves. So this is basically if you just want to get to the story, but I want a little challenge. I don't want to be hand-fed the victories. I want to earn them. Ooh, love the art style. Year 300 since Divine Retribution, the Spring Equinox. Did they respect us or fear us? I'm gonna respect. Ooh, that is a man about ready to die on the battlefield. Ooh. Yep, they're the bad guys. I think these guys all turned black, and I can't tell who's good or bad yet. Ooh. Oh. Jeez. This is bloody. Did they infect themselves like the taint so they could take on the evil one or something? Oh god, that's see, we know we can't win, look. Ooh, damn. Later. So what were they hoping to accomplish with that? Seriously, what was that about?
Unsolved mysteries are like an unquenched thirst. Premonitions of trouble to spur you to keep going.
Is that Mark Hamill or is that not Mark Hamill? Sounds like not Mark Hamill. Like, just close enough, but not quite Hamillish. Loading, loading, loading. Oh, is that him?
1002 years since Divine Retribution. The end of winter. The Veil of Mercy.
So is this 900 years later?
Of the Milky Mountains.
Bandits, they never change. He's like, come here. 700 years ago, you and the other Chorus took the field of Drowsy Deep to prevent a great calamity, the Reaping. Your self-sacrifice should have destroyed all Reapers once and for all. 9 years ago, you began to feel a growing sense of unease and decided to roam Terminum to find the reason. A month ago, you met a temple guard in the town of Gordon. There was something peculiar about him. Feeling a long-forgotten sense of dread, you realized it was an Umbra Reaper in disguise. He noticed you too, but chose not to pursue. He merely winked at you, bowing in jest. The return of the Umbra forewarns of an impending reaping. So you hit the Milky Mountains to find the local seers. You have to learn about the time and place of the coming reaping to prevent it. When you stepped on the narrow path, you noticed several sets of footprints. At the time, you thought that people seeking a seer's advice must have anticipated you, but no. They're just robbers looking for an easy target. Well, aren't they in for a surprise? Time to act. Blue tiles indicate where your character can move to tourniquet, orange tiles indicate extra move distance. Your character must spend energy to move there. Select Quick Strike. Enemies standing and pulsating tiles are within reach of the attack and can be attacked using the chosen skill. So to click on target. Okay. Most enemy attack allow you to damage either their health or their energy. Select health damage. Yeah, just casually stroll up and then whoosh! Nice. Oh, he's blocking. I think. Ooh. Damaging enemies' energy reduces their options because faster movement and powerful skills require energy to execute. Moreover, if an enemy has 0 energy remaining, double damage will be dealt to health instead of energy. Ooh. This enemy has a lot of health, only 5 points of energy. Makes sense to strip his remaining energy so you can do double damage to health. Okay. Click on enemy, right mouse to see the skills you can use. So you can use quick strike. Okay. And energy. Ooh, I like the battle animations. You can now select to learn more about their abilities. Click on the tile they're on using the left mouse button. Now you chose an enemy, you can see a list of their skills in the lower part of the screen. Mouse over to read the description. Okay. You want to use a skill that doesn't require a target, right click the tile to activate you're standing on. Okay. This skill didn't require choosing target for skip to turn. Okay. So we're gonna do circular hit. They did multiple hits, so it did that. Okay. End the battle. You better get that energy back, pal. I only got 2 attacks, only 1 does damage, so let's kill him. Slash. The casual brutality of it all. Victory! We're back to the level 1 for some reason. You meant to knock on the hut's door when it suddenly flung open. A woman appears on the doorstep. Your heart leaps from your chest. She's the one you left behind when you went to fight in the battle of the Drowsy Deep. She's the one you loved. Amma. In a detached manner. Blance, what took you so long? It's been 702 years. You managed to survive. When 12 of our brethren perished, did you go into hiding? Please, call me Hopper. I'm already used to my new name. I was called Blance. Blance or Blanche? Blance. When we were together, I wasn't hiding in the battle. You know, I was wounded, pierced by arrows. That's why I didn't complete my task. Yes, I heard that the legend of the 12 brave ones who cast an enchantment on themselves and turned to stone. They achieved their goal. Now their land is free from the plague and the reaping. The price is too high, though, if you ask me. Why'd you come here looking for me? I wasn't searching for you, but the local Sirius. There are signs. Bestias are leaving the forest of Duatara. And the Vandal Witch has been sighted on the woodland trails. I stumbled upon Atrach in Gordon. Myself, they've returned. Another reaping is nigh, perhaps. That's a foolish question. Is it Hopper? I don't foretell the obvious. We might as well have asked whether winter or fall on. The reaping is coming. You know it. All loose ends shall be tied. Ooh. What do you mean tied? Do you know... What do you mean, yeah, what do you mean by tied? One day the final reaping will come. The question is if there'll be anything left in this world afterwards. Why would you care, though? Aren't you immortal? Well, everyone else stabbed themselves in the chest with the enchantment turned to stone, so not 100% immortal. And the same as you, Amma. Even if we are both Umbra, we have long embraced the human way of life. And I care about Termina's fate. Terminum. Terminum? Doesn't roll off my tongue. To the reaping, we are now more than specks of dust. This time we don't have the 12 comrades willing to sacrifice themselves. Among those still alive, some will succumb and become reapers themselves. Do you really want to get involved? I need to stop the reapings. It's my fault they're happening again. You have your pedestal. We are maggots, the lowliest servants lucky enough to be seated at the dining table. Are you looking for the forsaken gods of this land? I have the book that describes the life of one. Here, take a look. It's a good laugh reading if it's nonsense. Receiving a gift. Thanks for the book. I'm heading high and low for similar records, but still. When and where will the reaping begin? I need to be there. That's where I'm needed, I know it. The souls of the dead have tortured me with guilt for 700 years. Help me! Help me, damn it! Give me the knife and keep it in your bag. Give me a knife. Give me the knife you keep in your bag. Damn, I can't read today. The kind and... Give me a knife you keep in your bag. The kind our brethren sacrifice themselves, but give it to me and I'll give you your answer. Pity. I really hope to use it. Doubt anything else can kill a reaper. Well, here you go. What do you want it? To do this! Ha! Reaping shall occur on the day of the vernal equinox, both in the north and the south, in the towns of Woban and Albius. I wouldn't waste time if I were you. Sadly, I don't have time to reach the north. Farewell. I hope our paths cross again, though you still haven't told me why you need the knife. I saw you kill me with this very knife, Hopper, so I hope our paths never cross again. Farewell.
What does one need to meet old age in peace? Only to avoid a major disaster.
Interesting dialogue. Let's see what's going on. Let's give a roll. I'm curious what the story's actually like. Ooh. Ah, this is the South?
Year 1002 since divine retribution. Burkana, the king.
Oh, it was 1002 since the 900, not 1002 years later. That's why it's at 900. Damn.
8th year of peace since the last war. A retired captain of the guard and his daughter are strolling through the festival market.
Little they know what awaits them. And the animations are nice. I mean, it does have that Banner Saga feel, which I did see with a lot of comparisons about that one, but not a bad thing. The Banner Sagas are fun. This is most bizarre. Her in strange clothes walking away from the town hall. Her beauty should be turning heads, but I seem to be the only one noticing her. Gleda, are you daydreaming again? You nudge your daughter and you see the Baron Trouble, the burgomaster of the town, approach you. Which is in title. Good day, Thorn. How are you, Gleda? Gleda? Man, these names do not roll off my tongue. I take it there's a reason you have been combing the market since dawn, looking for a gift for Leaky. No, we're just strolling. Not willing to waste time with chit-chat, you make an apologetic gesture and point to the city clock. You didn't nudge Gleda to leave the burgomaster and who looks bewildered. Well, that wasn't very polite, was it? Don't make him talk anyone to death. We are pressed for time. We do need to buy a gift. She's coughing, that's probably not good. What are you going to give her? Would you give me a hint? What would your mother like? Ooh, in the dialogue window, this icon means your choice will have far-reaching consequences. We'd give her clothing? Then we should head over to Potagang's stall. He is a cloth merchant. If we decide to buy jewelry, then we will visit a little shop down the hall. And away we go! Nice day at the market. I'm sure nothing bad's gonna happen. I got a feeling. Oh, so Gleda, Potagang's stall, and Rask's shop. Let's talk to her. Something about she's too shy. Okay, let's ask her. What do you want to discuss? I know my mother really needs health for her aching heart. Well, I can't buy her a new heart. Is there any way to improve her health? Magic? Divine intervention? Did I believe in magic? I guess the reaping is a long forgotten myth. The gods, it seems, do not even help their own servants. Do you remember what their temple is called? Temple of Divine Retribution. Good point. It would be silly to expect any help from them. Unless you want Divine Retribution, in which case, they're totally on that. I wish we knew why they had to extract this retribution on your mother. We should content ourselves with what the marketplace has to offer. I shall win tomorrow's fencing tournament in her honor. Nice. She's a fencer. Do you really think she would take pleasure in watching her daughter hurl herself at another's blade, even if it's a practice sword? I never understand that. Thank all the gods you didn't have to use your skills even once. And I'm sure you'll never have to either, my daughter. I got a feeling about that. Alright, let's go and buy something. Okay, go to the cloth merchant. Money changer's wife. You make your way to the cloth merchant and find the stall practically blocked from view by the portly figure of the money changer's wife. She's a quarrelsome woman and obviously unhappy about someone invading her space. Greet her politely. The woman nods to you curtly. Oh, that's bad. It's like, curtly. That's right. Curtly's bad. No longer showing frustration. She strides away towards the town gate and disappears amongst the merchant stalls. Hooray! We avoided conflict. Oh, what irritation. Nice to see you, Captain. What have you done, my friend? He said irritation, though. You just lost me a client. I swear I was this close to taking the fortress. This close to taking the fortress. Ooh. I would happily chat with you. I need to buy a gift, but... And not every fortress is worth besieging. Funny you should say that. Yeah, she doesn't know her mother. Shawl or a handkerchief. The best that you have. The finest cloth. Nothing's too good for my dying wife. You would not believe, Patagang, how happy I am to see my daughter looking at shawls and handkerchiefs, not choosing another blade or an ancient parchment. You know, doing things like sword fighting and reading. Whip girls these days. Sometimes I think I've got two sons. Didn't know he had a first son. It's the first time I met the guy. Father, I'm standing right here. I can hear you. I don't think that history and fencing are not meant for girls. Good for you. Stand up to him. Mott has gone to the capital to become a baronet. I also want to become somebody. I am not familiar with all these words. Your brother's become a baronet, you say. Wonderful news. Please give my congratulations to your mother. Say hi to your mom for me. I surely will. Actually, she's feeling better today. Good cheer turned out to be more powerful than the healer's gimmicks. Go on. You've already visited the Menhir in Ursus. The healer was not at home at the time. They say she and her daughter could be wandering elsewhere for years. Funny that people would know that. I couldn't exactly sleep on her doorstep, could I? Maybe. Enough of that. You said something about shawls. Let's choose one. What can I be looking for? Radanon wool? Oh, God, Baldurin skin? I'm trying here. Baldurin silk. Show us the wool. May borrow a ring, my friend. The young Galetta wears on her pinky, and I shall spare you the small talk. Picks up a fluffy woolen shawl from his counter and pulls it through the tiny ring in a blink of an eye. Yeah, would it be warm enough? Ooh. We'll take the wool shawl. Uh-oh. The low sound of a bell fills the marketplace. Startled, sellers and buyers alike stare in the direction of the town hall. If only you didn't appear that spot earlier, she was almost as beautiful as your daughter. She was straight in the town hall. Could it be her beauty drove our bell ringer crazy? Or did he drink himself silly again? So this is a normal occurrence? The bell ringer is outdone until this time. He is not late. He started early. Doesn't the bell sound strange to you? Almost like it's screaming? That's weird. Something all around you suddenly starts to collapse. You turn around. grab Letta by the hand and run towards the hall together. Whoa, hell, things went the... This got real. The freaking opening to Kingdom Come. Oh, this guy survived? Was he the Kurgan? You see Baron Throbble lying on the ground, dying, blood gushing from his mouth, nose, ears, and eyes. That's every orifice, essentially. You feel a pang of consciousness for ending your last conversation with the late Burgomaster so rudely. So you know one in particular. You are tough. Start to sing your feet. Blood is gushing from your nose. Letta, scared to death, is hiding behind your back. But the rather taciturn. Cocking his head. No need for you to know. Use the last reserve energy to stay upright. Your heart is about to leap out of your chest. Your throat contracts. Dying already. No, I'm gonna live a bit longer. Seems the monster is grinning. He clenches his fist. Your heart clenches in your chest. And later, the unbearable pain lifts. Towering over you, the monster examines you intently for a few seconds, then extends its arm and points at your pendant. The monster grabs your captain's insignia, clenching his fist. The hissing sound that stricks in the pendant shrinks? Did I think about this world, so is that significant? Strix lost 8. Reaping will start with your family, Thrawn Brennan. The monster vanishes in the thin air. Shake your head, trying to clear it. Oh man, okay, that was weird. Yeah, boy, this is bad. What does that mean, Strix? I mean, this is the first time I played the game, so Strix is lost. What does that mean in the grand scheme of things? I'm spitting all over my freaking pop filter. You're headlong to your house, taking every possible shortcut. Even a small town like Albius has its dark corners, but you care not less. But you could care not less. Could not care less. God. Right now, you need to make sure that everything's all right at home. Letta's outcry makes you stop in your tracks. Your daughter hastily pulls some kind of colored plaques from underneath her belt. That's what almost burnt my stomach. Rescued to me about a week ago. A long time they were supposedly magic battle cards. Something they become hot to touch. Take out the cards. So now's a turn-based card battle. Magic plaques almost burn your fingers, but they also fit perfectly into your palm. It almost feels as if you could wave your hand and channel magic into an enemy. Could they regain their power because of the reaping? How did Rast come by them? I remember seeing such plaques sold as curiosities and souvenirs. You hear footsteps coming from somewhere ahead. 3 thugs barned away, their puffy faces and contorted with mindless rage. Did highwaymen get so brazen to attack townsfolk, hoping for an easy gain? In swift move, you draw your sword, but the thugs look unimpressed. The closer notice their vacant eyes and foam at the mouth. They got the rabies. Your opponents are either very drunk or crazy. You step in front of Gletta. I'll beat some sense into them. Stay back! She sits beside and draws her own blade. I practiced with a sword for all those years just to keep hiding behind you. Together we'll deal with them faster. Your daughter's really asking is for some stern parenting, but the thugs attack you with a feral roar. You can only hope your daughter is taking your lessons to heart. Character selection. You can choose more than one character. Okay. Click each icon on the bottom to use a card. Each card has a number that shows in which round will become available. Each card can be used only once per battle. After you use the card, it won't be able to begin until the next battle. Red skulls next to the character indicate the number of wounds the character has sustained. Character stats are lower depending on the number of wounds. If the character sustains 4 wounds, they die. Keep in mind for a useful button you can find throughout the game. Click on the read description mechanics. Okay. Looks fine. Increase attack by 5, attack by 1 to all surrounding units. Reduce health by 10, increase health by 10, reduce defense by 10. Reduces health by 5 to random enemy unit, increase energy by 2 to all party members. Okay. So this guy has 5, 12, and 12. So parry, deal 7 damage, increase your dexterity by 3. We're going to parry this guy. Ooh, he's coming all the way down for us. Ooh, attacking our energy, huh? It's a low blow. Ooh, double strike. Deal 18 damage to health. Okay, does 14 health. Deal 9. So that takes health? Heavy strike, 27 health. Deals 27 damage, increase your attack by 2. Yeah, those drain my health to use them. Oof. So that's a big risk reward. Cover, increase damage by 4. All damage received up by... Damage received equally split between health and energy. Okay, so that's pretty good. But attack. Take all his energy out so he can't do anything. We're still parried. This guy has to attack, right? I don't like that counter counting down. What's going on? Oh, it's my turn. Oh, Lord. Oh, that's actually a counter. Oh my god. Okay, knockback. So no time to think, basically. Nice. Now I want to move here. And then attack her from the back. Stabby, stabby. Oh, does she get... Okay. Good. Ouch. Okay, oh, it resets each turn. Perfect. Okay, so we can still use the cards if we wanted to. But nah, we'll just do this. And she gains health back for killing people. 'Tis excellent for us. And he did. Wow, that's a lot of achievements. God looks at the bloody bodies in terror. This is the first time she has fought to death. I grab her by the shoulders, shaking her a couple times before she looks away from the corpses. She finally steels herself, meets your gaze, and nods with great determination. You're proud of your daughter, but even more so, worried for your wife, Leaky. There's no time to lose. You need to get to your home as soon as possible. A couple of silence later, you open the familiar gate. Victory! Ooh, 1,000 gold. That's probably good. She got more experience points than us. No levels up, though, unfortunately. Run to your home and find the living room covered in blood. Old Tanner, your housekeeper, stands at the door, trembling all over. His daughter, Quina, your maid, lies much on the floor just beside your wife, Leaky. Tanner, what happened? Trying to say something, but cannot speak through the suffocating sobs. Use all your willpower to retain your composure. You're managing to say something. Your nails cut deep into your palms. The veins in your fist about to burst. You see about to shatter from grinding. They're stroking her mother's hair and whispering something into her ear. You briefly consider ending your own life, but your daughter needs protecting. She resembles your wife so strongly. You slowly turn to your servant. He's saying something. Such a calamity has befallen us. Oh, such a grief. First, both Leaky and Quina screamed in pain, now seemed to lose her mind. She went at Mistress Leaky with a knife. Mistress defended herself, but then... Glad, give me your hand. Take a blanket from the bed and cover Quina's body. I will. In a moment. So they were possessed by whatever that stuff was. Oh, the horror, the horror! His excellent Count Victi. And his young son Bron always said it would end this way. Really? You must act. Tanner, saddle horses while I pack. Yes, I will do. I'll do it. Jeez. You move a strand of your wife's hair and notice something odd. Black-blue mark like an ulcer on the nape of her neck. surrounding skin is swollen as if burnt. Glad also notices and backs away. Look of terror on her face suddenly pales. On her suddenly pale face. This is right off an ancient manuscript. The same thing happened 700 years ago. Pain pierces your neck and grows into a fiery noose. Strangles you and you die in terrible agony. This infection is what they call the Reaping Father. The back of my neck is burning. See, damn it, you had the same mark. Do I have it? Nothing, but how could it be? When did the plague spare me? I don't believe in luck. There must be some kind of protection, but what is it? Special stones, Strixes. Like the one in your pendant. Maybe that's why the monster in the square took interest in it. She nods and you pull her into your embrace again. Okay, so that's how you protect yourselves from the reaping? Thorn Baronin. You exit in the front yard, take a look around. No, you should bury Leaky here. Should be better to do in the back. Gotta follow you. Take 10 to bring the bodies here, you tell her. Try to be quick. Our time is short. Just wrap them in something, alright? When you are done digging, your hands are shaking, but not with tiredness. Tanner buries his face in his hands. Gleda is in the shadow of a former self. As if you stop and stand still, your pain will drown you. You get out of the freshly dug grave and pick up your Leaky's body. You lay out Quinta's body beside her mistress. You then you used to play together as kids. You take out the shovel. Gleda is still petrified. Tanner mumbles to one of the Templar anthems. You wonder what he's asking the gods to do for his daughter. Or his will is all the same to her now. You throw the last handful of earth on the grave and toss the shovel aside. You feel as if you're on the edge of a cliff. Your wife is no more. Her body is not in your warm embrace, but in the cold clutches of death. For some reason, you're still alive. Gleda walks up and hugs you, pulling you back from the precipice. Just like when you met the Reaper. Alright. That is going to do it for this time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, this is an auto-save game, so I don't have to worry about saving. So, I'm going to keep doing more of these. This is actually fun. The combat's cool and is interesting enough. The art style is great, but like the story is like, what the hell is actually happening? And permadeath appears to be a thing. If they get 4 wounds, your character's dead. So, I'm okay with that. So, I'm definitely going to do a few more. I hope you guys are enjoying this one. If you are, let me know. If there's anybody doing better besides not screwing up the dialogue because my mind's flying, apologize. Or if anything else you want to play, let me know. I'll do my best to try to make it happen. And I'll see you guys later.